What's going on, everybody? It's your girl Asia with Queen City Gossip. You already know what it is, your #1 promoter here in the Queen City. We are back in the Nodi area, guys, at Amelie's French Bakery, and we are sitting down with a very special guest today, Miss Tiffany J. How are you, love?
I'm doing great. I'm so excited to be here.
Yes, good. Thank you so much for taking the time out to come by and sit down and talk to us, because we need to get some insight on what you got going on. So first, I want you to introduce yourself to the Queen City Gossip families. Tell them who you are, what you do.
Okay. My name is Tiffany J. I've been here in Charlotte for some time now. I'm a singer, songwriter, dancer, artist, like all the way around. And I'm awesome, and I'm excited to just share my gift to the world.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So, tell us about this new single you have one out, my dear. Work for it. Let's hear it.
Have you heard?
Yes.
So tell me what you want, make you work for it. It's a new single, and a video is out on YouTube. You can put in work, and it's not work, it's work. All right, so W-E-R-K, the number 4 and it. You can find that on YouTube. Just put in Tiffany J, type that in, and then basically you'll find it. You can also have it on Apple Music, my SoundCloud, iTunes, Amazon, Deezer, but yeah, basically everywhere. You can type it in and put it on your phone, put it in your car, put it on your workout playlist,
and
just
work for it. Yes. So, was it hard working on that project?
It was not. It was something that I had been waiting for, something that had been deep inside. It's like one of my best projects as of yet, and so I'm glad that everybody can see me in my best light, basically.
Right.
This is a project that we actually started last summer. So it's been in the works for a long time. The song was completed August of last year. I've worked with, there's a company called Beyond the Steps that's run by Princess. She's worked with Tiana Taylor and several big names out there. As far as directing and things like that, she has a company, Beyond the Steps and Beyond the Casting. And so what she does is she creates a platform for people like myself to, as far as with photography, as far as with makeup, as far as with choreography, studio time, she creates, what we did was a teaser week. And so she provided all of those elements, linked me together with songwriters and producers, and basically we sat down, we collaborated, and we created this particular song. So what we have is, majority of the content is by me, but basically we worked on it together. So we have a 1/3 of a split, basically. And I presented my idea, and they helped me bring it to life.
I mean, what was your favorite part of actually making the song?
Oh, there's a lot. One was being in the studio. And I remember the blue light, or turquoise teal lighting, and he was telling me, he was like, his name is Davion, and then shout out to Davion, and shout out to Alexis, all right, Alexis Nicole. So, or the Alexis. And we're in the studio, and he was like, we already know that you can sing, but I want you to finesse the song. And so it was effortless, and it was kind of like a singing workout, because he would say, okay, like do this, okay, no, you were flat, do this, do that, and I'm like, okay, cool. And I would just pretend that whoever was there, and it's like, be over here waiting for your love. Like, you just have to finesse it in the studio. And so that was my favorite part, because, well, that's one of my favorite parts. Because it's just the entire experience. I enjoy the entire experience. If I could just stop what I'm doing and do this for the rest of my life, then yes, this would be life and love.
And that's what we're gonna make it.
Yes,
ma'am. So I was gonna ask you, can we hear a little bit? Can we hear a little snippet?
The pre-chorus is, if you're looking for me, be over here waiting for your love. If you wanna be free, come over here, let me show you something. Come, baby. Come, let me work your body, babe. With me, I give you the pleasure plus. Tell me what you want, make you work for it. Tell me what you want, make you work for it. Yeah, that's what I was thinking.
Work for it. I love it. Thank you. That was very good. So, how long have you been singing?
Since The Little Mermaid, Beauty and the Beast,
My
The Lion
favorite.
King, since all of them came out. Because I saw Ariel and I was like, that's me. I can do that. That's me.
Yes.
And I would have my
yes.
stuffed animals and I'd be singing like in front of them. And
That's your audience.
that's what that was. So I was practicing. Yeah.
Okay. Shout outs to Disney Plus. Okay, I'm still on that. Okay.
Right, exactly.
Yes. So, when did you actually know that you wanted to sing? There, like, what moment were you like, you know what, I need to do this?
The first time I sang in public, we were in church. And we had like a solo. We were doing like one of those Kurt Franklin songs when that was hot.
Right.
And this girl was afraid to do the solo, and I was like, well, I'll just do it. And they were like, what? So I did it, and everything was like, they were like, oh, wow, you can sing. Of course, duh, because I know.
Right.
So we did that, and I was like, wow, like I see people doing this on TV all the time. I was like, as easy as that was, why couldn't I do that and make the money? So I was like, let me see. So we used to do the Southern Regional Youth Conference at our church.
Okay.
And at the time, I was doing the Rose Pageant, and my talent was like drawing, because that's what I had been doing also as well.
Okay.
And this particular year, I wanted to switch it to Let Me Sing a Song, and I told my mom, and she was like, nah, like don't do that. And I was just like, what? I guess because nobody knew, like, you know. But some of the people that had heard me sing, they knew, so they were like, go ahead and do it. So this one day, because we had to do tryouts before you represent the church, and they want to make sure that you look good.
Exactly.
She was coming down the hallway, and then she heard me singing this Yolanda Adams song, That Name, and they was like, who is that? And they was like, that's Tiffany, your daughter. She was like, what? And so that's how it kind of like blossomed, and people were like, wow. So we fast forward just a little bit to when I was 17. My music manager and I, shout out to Neil Harp of 646 Entertainment.
Okay.
That's the indie label that I'm on. We go to A&M Records in California, and mind you that when you're an artist, luckily or thankfully, you know, I guess I didn't start young, and I'm still growing and developing as the woman that I am today. But then at the time, I wasn't necessarily the person that you see in front of you.
Right.
Still very shy, still very much an introvert, but I've practiced and I've learned how to work on a few anxieties and things like that so that I can be the person that I need to be for the camera. Exactly. So the interview there, at the time, I was an IB student, went to Harding University High School, HUHS, and in my mind, I thought whatever was written on paper, or if your music sounded good, or if your pictures looked great, that was all that mattered.
Right.
You know, and so the interview was very bland, very stale. And I remember one of the questions that she asked me, she was like, oh, if we're able to, you know, give you an advance of $2 million, you know, how would you feel? And I was just like, that's okay. Right. And it was like, okay, so where's the excitement? Where's the emotion? And to me, I thought it was fine because, like I said, everything that was on paper looked good. So I thought, you know, that's all I needed to present. Not realizing there's a total package that is encompassed within the artist because you are the brand. I didn't necessarily really understand that. And so, you know, that happened, came back, found out, didn't get the deal, thinking that it's me. That was the first time, right, of course. Right. That was the first time that me and my mom bonded, and she was telling me about how Luther Vandross, like, you know, his first go around out there, like, people was like, oh, he can't sing this and that. Right. And so she was like, it's not necessarily about that. You continue to work, continue to do what you're supposed to do. And that was the day where I knew I was going to do secular music, because there's an audience that needs to be tapped into that the churches aren't necessarily going to exactly. And so around age 16, between 13 and 16, that's when it clicked, and I was like, all right, I'm gonna do this. I went to my manager and I said, I asked him, if you don't want to work with me anymore because this went bad, you know, it's fine, I'll go to school or whatever. And he said, no, this is an investment, like, you're learning, we're growing, we're gonna do this. And nobody does that. Some people just push you to the curb, and so I really appreciate that. I really appreciate him for that. Right. And I've stuck with him ever since. He's the person that has my best interests at heart, and I don't care what anybody says, because a lot of people have said, you should be here, you should be this, you should be that, and I'm like, no. He's been there, he's done that, he's worked with Maya, and so he's been overseas and all of that. It just takes time. I went to school for 4.5 years. The music game definitely changed from CDs to it's just sitting literally on our phone. Exactly. So there's some catching up that we had to do, but the talent is there, and that's undeniable. There's some personality that I needed to learn. I had to figure out me, and that's basically now what I'm able to present. So with that, with the music, just collaborating with the right people, here we are.
And so what are some things that help you to prepare when it's time to perform and put on a show? What helps you to be ready?
Well, you should always be ready. you need to live a lifestyle that basically puts you in a position to always be ready. It's not, oh, I have a performance in 2 weeks from now, so now I gotta get, you know, up to par. I've been working on drinking my water so that my vocal cords are always, you know, where they need to be. I've been working out. It's chilly outside, so you're always gonna see me with a scarf on, something like that. Just making sure that you take care of yourself. And like, I don't really drink that much. It dehydrates you. I may indulge just a little bit. I definitely don't smoke. Just I take care of my body. And so also performing at the house just on a regular basis. Sometimes I do a little 2-hour set just for me. I might post it on Instagram. You might see it. You might not.
I do.
Exactly. You'll see those. But just doing those and just preparing, practicing your facial expressions. Because sometimes it's what you do in practice is what you're going to do in a real life situation. And some of those things take time to ingrain. And you can't do that necessarily 2 weeks before. It really needs to be something that you
practice over time.
That you lived. So that's how I prepare. I live it.
Exactly. And so as far as everything that you do, because I have been watching you for a while, and so I know that you write your own songs, you sing, you're dancing all the time, you're rehearsing all the time, and you also draw and sketch very, very good. How do you balance it all out?
Taking care of my emotional well-being has definitely helped in balancing everything. Writing things down, taking use of my phone, and putting things in the calendar. Self-accountability. My self-accountability is so much better. I'm putting things in my phone. I'm not catching up. I'm following up with myself, with other people that I link up with. And so that has been 100% better. And I also congratulate my small victories. It's not necessarily about what I don't get done or focusing on the past, but it's about staying in the present and just saying, okay, you did that. That's a check off the list. Whatever you didn't finish, just put it off until tomorrow.
I also wanted to make sure that I mentioned your video one more time. I want you to make sure that you let everybody know where they can actually go and find this Work For It video and all your other music. Look right in here.
Okay, before we do that, Bryant Stewart, that's the videographer. You guys, you have to check him out. He is amazing. He has brought this video to life. So Bryant, Davion, Alexis, Princess, we all basically worked on this project together from start to finish, and I just want to shout you all out. And Neil, I thank you so much just for everything that you're doing. So the song is called Work For It. Work For It, all right, W-E-R-K, For It, and you can find it on YouTube. Just put my name in, Tiffany J. You can also listen to the song on my SoundCloud, Amazon, iTunes, radio, Apple Music, etc., etc., and just check it out. And if you're looking for me, I'm gonna be over here waiting for your love. If you want to be free, come over here. Let me show you something.
I love
check it out.
Yes, ma'am. And also your social media. Let them know where they can hit you up and link with you if they have any events they want you to perform at. Where can they reach you?
So you can find me on Instagram, Facebook, and Twitter. TJAYE Taylor. One more time, TJAYE Taylor. Just an abbreviation of TJ Taylor. And my website is also www.tjayetaylor.com. You can also follow us on 646entertainment.com as well. The other artists that I represent from 646 were also on there, so we're a collective unit. And when we go out, we show out. So yeah.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much again for coming and sitting down with me and just sharing your story with my viewers. We absolutely love supporting, and we'll make sure to stay following you and stay up to date on what you have going on. And you already know with all of the upcoming events, just hit up the Queen City Gossip platform on both Facebook and Instagram for all of your latest and greatest in the city.